costs about $70, $80. It's the 1828 American Dictionary of the English Language. This is Noah Webster's original dictionary. This is the dictionary he created. And he specifically, if you read it, he has the story of him in the beginning of this book. His whole, if you could see that, I'm not good at pointing it at the camera. You see it. It tells his story, why he wrote this dictionary. And one of the reasons why he wrote it, because they started to change the meanings of words. And usually when I do a seminar, I bring this dictionary with me and I have somebody read it from the dictionary. So they don't think I'm making anything up. They read it right there in the book. So that word black, I kind of gave you an idea of what it meant, but we're going to read specifically what it means right out of the book. And it says black. Black and black, black, black spelled B-L-A-C, black spelled B-L-A-E-C, and black B-L-A-C-K, how we know it today, pale, wan, livid, blackian or blackshean, B-L-A-C-I-A-N, to become pale, to turn white, to become black, to blacken. So they reversed the meaning of that word as they started printing new dictionaries. Remember, dictionaries way back when were volumes. They weren't just one huge book. They had one dictionary for one letter, and then went on to the B's, the C's. Back then, if you ever remember the encyclopedias way back in the day, the people used to come around to the homes and try to sell you those encyclopedias, like the Encyclopedia Britannica. I know we had a set. And then here's another definition of the word American. All right. Before I go into that, what do you think the people who already been on my seminars and understand what I teach, you guys can sit back and not answer this question? I just want some of the new people. What do you think the word American means? Anybody, just open your mic, speak. Doesn't matter. Except for my veterans. No, don't worry about getting it wrong. I just want to see what ideas you have in your mind about what the word American means. Because sometimes these are things we don't really think about, but that very word is very important to your whole existence in this country.
Eileen, I don't know, Eileen.
Huh? Go ahead. What'd you say?
I said Eileen. I don't know, the Eileen. I don't know.
Eileen?
The islands, like the islands, when you go to the islands.
American?
I don't know, like Eileen. I don't know.
That's pointing to a geographical region. Somebody wrote in here, copper colored people found here by the Europeans born here in America. By the Europeans born here in America. That's half of it. She got that. Joyce said that in the chat. So here's what it actually says. A native of America. That means an American is someone who is native to America. Now, remember, Americans, you have North America, South America, and what's the other one? Central America, right? A native of America originally applied to the Aboriginals or copper-colored races found here by the Europeans. Then it says, but now applied to the descendants of Europeans born in America. So it even switched up who they would identify as American. And that was done very specifically to deny natives of their true nationality, and they conferred it on the settlers so that they can get the benefits of the lands and the rights to the lands that they had taken from the natives. See, that's why the word American is important, because American ties you to the land. So that means everyone in Mexico, everyone in Puerto Rico, everyone in all of these islands, they are all American. You're not going to go over to another country and say, oh, where you from? I'm a U.S. citizen. You're not going to say that. You're going to say you're American. I'm from the Americas. United States of America, to be specific, if you want to talk about the 50 states. Now, there's a group of people that know this and they practice this by their culture, and that's Alaska. How I know this is when I went into the DMV with my son and he was correcting his nationality on the DMV level, and he was supplying all his affidavits, and there was a man there helping him. One of the DMV agents was helping him do that, and he saw all the paperwork. Oh, okay, cool, no problems. Now, I thought that was kind of odd that he was so helpful, but I've realized why he was so helpful is when one of his coworkers said, oh, you're not a U.S. citizen, you're losing all your rights. And he shut her down immediately. He said, no, he's actually going to have more rights by doing it this way. What we later found out is he was a highway patrol from Alaska, and they do this regularly in Alaska. Make sure that they identify their nationality as American, Alaskan Americans, and not as U.S. citizens. See, he understood that being a U.S. citizen strips you of a lot of rights and gives you privileges. This is why they want to give you a birth certificate immediately and a social immediately to transfer you from one nationality they take you from your true original nationality to what you call a statutory citizen. And statutory citizens don't have rights. They have privileges. But if you do not make it known who you are, they're going to assume you to be something that you're not. And that's how we've been living majority of our lives. We didn't understand this. You're not being taught this stuff in school. So you just, oh, I'm a U.S. citizen, blah, blah, blah. You see it on the application. Are you a U.S. citizen? Are you Latino? All of these things. Are you Black, African American? All of that. They have, and you get to check off one of these things. And you're checking them off by what? Assumption. Not because you read and know that this is who you are. You went with those designations because everybody else was doing it. One motto I like to live by, one creed I live by, if everybody's doing it, that means I need to look into it further to make sure it's the correct thing to do. Because the truth is always very few people are doing it. When you see everybody going in one direction, be cautious. You don't know where you're going. So that's this dictionary. You can look it up on, it's the 1828 American Dictionary of the English Language. So there you go. True happiness, true contentment comes from within, not out. Everything outside of you is like a benefit or an add-on to your own happiness. You are in charge of happiness over yourself. You are in charge of your belief systems. You are 100% responsible for what you believe in and what you hold as true. And then because of that, all the results you get from that is all on you. The labels you choose, the I am that you pick and choose for yourself is what you are experiencing right now in this material world. Stop participating in your own problem. When you see the problem, how you resolve it is move away from it. When Peter wanted to walk on that water, he saw that storm. He started participating. Oh my God, this is a big storm. And it's bigger than me. He just saw Christ walking on water like it was nothing. Like it was a everyday thing. And then he get out there, he start walking. Yeah, I'm good. And he look over there, and he start thinking the storm's bigger than him and bigger than Christ. And Christ just walked over it. See, he started to participate in his own failure. Christ had just walked on this water. He said, Teacher, Master, can I do it? Come on, come to me. He got out there, started walking, boom. Storm brew up. Oh, wow, that storm's bigger than me. He started to sink in his own consciousness. It started in his thoughts that he was going to sink, and he started to sink. But he had full, when he kept his eye on the Christ and he was walking towards him, he could do it. Because the Christ represents power. Christ represents success. Christ represents abundance. Christ represents peace, prosperity, and everything that's good. And when he kept his mind locked on that, he was able to do it. But as soon as he took his mind off it, his eyes off it, and looked over here at this what appeared to be a big storm to him, and he started to give praise to the storm in a way by saying, wow, and then he started to sing. See, anything you have fear of, you are making it your God. Because God didn't give you the spirit of fear. That's clearly said in the Bible. Peace, peace, peace. What's up? Gotta clean the energy of the room first before I get into this message for today. I think the title says, Are You Serious? We're gonna go over a couple of things. I'm gonna read from Reverend Ike. That's what sparked the idea of Are You Serious? Yeah, I'm smoking up the room. And for all you who believe, it's demonic or whatever, that's your idea. But in the Bible, they always use incense and things like that to bring about good energy, good spirit. Why aren't we doing this today? Why is your church not showing you how to do this today? When the Bible has clear indications, clear rituals they've done throughout the Bible. Right? The only rituals they want to give you now is Easter, Christmas, and they got rabbits. I don't know how rabbits fit in with the resurrection of Christ. Well, I know how it doesn't fit in. It goes along with the Ishtar goddess of what do you call fertility. But it's even that holiday is even deeper than that. It's a sex ritual. Very with we're not gonna go into all of that. That's not the purpose, but it goes deeper. The whole fertility, goddess of fertility is the what you call the PG version of the history of that holiday or pagan ritual. It goes much deeper into homosexuality, all kinds of debased, even because children are involved looking for these little eggs. It goes way deep. That rabbit hole is deep. It might have been a good idea for me to bust it wide open today, right? To show you we're doing things without really knowing where they come from. Everything has an origin. Christianity has an origin. Judaism has an origin. Hey, can you guys hear me? Let me make sure I'm good. I didn't even do that. I took a little hiatus. I didn't let me make sure y'all could hear me. Yeah, okay. It looks like the you guys can hear. Um I went on a hiatus for about a week. I left Saturday afternoon, came back Thursday morning. I was in Sedona, Arizona, and first time ever visiting there. and it was great. It's a great place. It really didn't feel like I was in this country. I'll show y'all some pictures. I haven't had a chance to like put pictures up on Facebook and kind of show you what I was doing. But back to that holiday, we're practicing things that we really don't know the origins of. We know the origin as far as what we've been told in church. We know with the Bible, even the Bible has an origin, right? The Bible is 66 books now. Coincidentally, the number of the beast, right? But it was more books. I can't remember exactly how many books was taken out, but it was a lot more. It was volumes. And we accept the 66 books as complete knowledge, and it's not. It's 360 degrees of knowledge. 9. Why do I say 9? 3 plus 6 is 9. 0 is 9. 360 degrees. You start at one point, you come back to that point again. The world works in this same way. What's up becomes down, and down becomes up. What's left is right, right is left. Right? You complete a cycle. Whereas if you're studying any school of thought, you're only getting a part of the knowledge. So to really get a complete 360 degree of knowledge, you must study it all at some point. That's why you should never be bored, right? You should never, there's so much information to learn, you'll never run out of information to learn. Never. That's why I start off, are you really serious about these things you say you want in your life? The good you want, the wealth, the life, the good relationships, a husband or a good wife or a good husband. Are you really serious? Because as far as I can tell, most people are not serious. They talk seriously about it, but when you look at the actual actions of the person, they're not serious. Because they keep holding on to people, things, and places that keep them in that same position that they say they don't want to be in. They don't want to give up old habits. Want to spend money they don't have. In some cases, they'll spend your money because they don't have. Right? Just so they can fulfill a need. And just a little side note before I get into reading this Reverend Ike thing. One thing I noticed on my week away, I was doing a lot of observing. I did some talking, but I didn't do a whole lot of talking. Not like I would normally. I just did a bunch of observing. And I realized that we're in a sad state of affairs. Most of us in a sad state of affairs because we look to things, processes to give us answers. Right? We look to a book. Books are good. I got plenty of them. I got books here. I got a bookshelf full of books downstairs. I got books in my garage in boxes that I haven't taken out of the boxes. Some books that I bought I haven't read. I gave them away. And what I notice, the one place people don't look for answers is within themselves. Because this world has tricked them so bad that they think the only best answer is through someone else telling them, someone reading their palm, someone reading their crystals, someone reading through incense, cards, whatever. Oh, and I'm not knocking any of those things. Those things are great. Really, those things should be for confirmation of what you already know inside you. And really, when you really look at that, when you go to these things, that shows lack of confidence in yourself. And you'll become attached to these things to give you answers more than where the true answer is, because the Christ consciousness said it many times. God is within you. So why the hell would I look anywhere else but within me? Because it says, put forth the kingdom of heaven first, and all these things will be added to you. Kingdom of heaven means where? The kingdom of heaven within myself. My higher consciousness, my higher God within me gives me the answer. Everything else is just a add-on or a confirmation. When all of the Christ consciousness hit this planet, they didn't throw things on the ground and look for answers. Y'all really want to know where all of that stuff comes from? Y'all really want me to go in on all of that? Because I know a lot of people making money off of these things, reading charts and all of that stuff. And they're great. I'm not saying they don't have its place. But they should never have a higher place than the God within you. Never. If you're putting those things first before the God within you, then you are doing exactly what the scripture says not to do. It says, do not put any God before me, because God is a jealous God. So this is why you are in conflict. The God within you becomes incensed at the fact that you dare go to something else to get an answer when I'm right here within you. And then you wonder why you're in conflict. You're not in conflict because you have a problem with the person over there. Or you're not in conflict because you have a problem with the government. You're not in conflict because something out there is happening. You're in conflict because you are not resorting and retreating to the God within you. Instead, you go with the esoterical information, the church. See, you could be a Christian one day and then turn to these other schools of thoughts of learning things. I think they're great information to teach you how numbers work and stuff like that. And you can see the synchronicities and all. I think it's great, but it's not greater than the God within me. It is not the God. It's just information. The God that speaks within me takes care of everything and points me in the direction to get the confirmations and the synchronicities to be able to discern those things. See, you could one day be a slave to Christianity, then the next day you could be a slave to astrology. That's not what it's designed for. And all of these schools of thought were created for one thing, just like religion, to distract you from the true God within you. This is why I say, are you really serious? Because if you're really serious, you'll be able to open up your consciousness and see that. You didn't come into this world with a book on astrology. You didn't come into this world with a book on the Bible. You came into this world with the divine encoding, the divine information that was passed on through from your mom in your mother's womb. You are the God, the Christ you've been looking for all your life. Put the books down. Put the rituals down. Meditate on that. You could pick those things up again. It's okay. They're okay. There's nothing wrong because they all have a place. Why? Just like any other religion, Christianity, all these things were designed to bring you to the awareness of power. But what happened over the years, they got adulterated, saturated, and they were supposed to only be tools and enhance the power that's already within you. That's it. Not to substitute the power that's within you. So when I was in Sedona, I got this reading. I'm not going to go into any much detail of what the reading said, but it was on point. It was pretty much on point. But the reading in like it already actually the reading only reinforced what I had already knew about myself and knew what the path I should, just confirmed it. And sometimes we do need confirmation because we live in a world of opposition or adversarial situations that we so much of that is going on, we can't see past the cloud of all of these issues, and we can't really, we're so busy looking at storms and issues that we forget to withdraw and close our eyes and meditate and go within, that we forget that the real power is within us. So it was good to hear this. And one of the things that I wanted to highlight about the reading was it says, just because you know and you're able to read energies of people and things, you don't have to say anything. See, it's not my job. One of the benefits and curses of being in a conscious mind is the benefit is the struggle or the thing that becomes an issue is when you try to force other people to know, or you try to just randomly just force your information on the people, your truth, whatever you know. You can't. That's not what it's for. The building of your pyramid, though, remember I told you the pyramid, like these steps back here, every step is the level. The building, all of this is for you. Everything you witness and come in contact is basically manifestations of your own consciousness. Every experience you experience with someone else is a manifestation of what's inside of you, and that's how you should appreciate it. See, what happens is we experience things with others, and then we want to, hey, guess what? You need to know this, and you need to know that. No. Those are opportunities for me to learn from who I'm with. See, if you switch up your desire or your wanting to just share all of this great knowledge that you have and become a student of the situation, oh, you will have a much more better experience than you would trying to be the talker and giver of all the information. I enjoyed my time, like just listening and learning and just watching, going from extreme negative to extreme peace. Just seeing the transition and just watching all that unfold. But, 'cause I deliberately said, I'm going to go here and learn. Every now and then I expounded on some knowledge that I had, but mainly I wanted to learn. And it turned out to be a way better experience than being the know-it-all. See, a true teacher, a true person with wisdom knows that they don't know anything. That's what wisdom. I don't know anything. I know some things, but I don't know most things. And when you go in with a thirst for learning, your experience becomes greater. So it was a great experience for me. And people say, Sedona's a magical place. I would have to agree with them on that. I climbed this Bell Rock mountain like on foot. No special equipment, just some, you know, trails, I guess hiking sandals and a backpack and some water. And God, listen, let me be honest here, because if it wasn't for the person who was pushing me to do it, I would have never made it to the top. Never. I would say, oh, that's good. I'm good from right here. And I mean, I was up there. And when you go to the top of something and when you believe you can't do it, and you do it, the experience is liberating. And I have to thank the person who pushed me because that changed me forever. To just be up at the top of something and then look out over the land like, whoa, this is the world. This is part of the world. This so much more happened during that trip, but that's just one of the things. I'll share the pictures on this eventually. I just haven't had time to really go through and just throw things up. And I think I put something on TikTok to see. But I think everybody, y'all should take a trip out to Sedona, Arizona. And you're gonna meet all kinds of people. I met a woman who does energy massages. I don't know exactly what it's called, but they and she knows some Vedic astrologers, like top Vedic astrologers who my daughter's into that Vedic astrology. So that we're gonna go there this summer and meet those people. See, once the synchronicity of meeting people and connecting with people is just awesome. But let's do this. Let's do this. Um, let's go into this. And I'm gonna go into two things because this is remember this book, The Gospel of the Holy 12. I told you it was hard to find. Now they have reprints of it, but when I bought it, it was about $12. And then at one time they were trying to get like $300 for this book. The price has come down, but it's a good book to read. And I just so happened to flip to page 108, 109, and it started talking. It's right in line with today, which is today is Easter. So I'm gonna read that. But first I want to do this. It's in line with the theme of what I want to talk. Are you serious? It says, and I just titled it already serious, but it says, are you ready for what you want? Are you really ready? And before I read into this, you may believe you're ready. You may think you're ready, but if you really look at your life, it's still cluttered with things that are interfering you for what you think you're ready for. Like I was listening to something where, clothes in the closet, people wear 20 to 30% of the clothes they have in their closet. 20, they wear the same thing over and over, 20 to 30% of that. So that means there's 70% of clothes that's just sitting there doing nothing that you're never going to wear, most likely, that you can get rid of. Give away, sell it, whatever you want to do with it. But what I'm learning is as you get rid of something, something comes to fill its space. Some of your lives are probably so cluttered with things that you're not making good use of. That if you get rid of it, the thing that you need to move you to the next level could come in. And that means anything. You might be stuck in friendships, relationships that is not going anywhere. You don't have any plan to do anything other than what you're already doing. Are you okay with that? I'm not here to tell y'all to, break up relationships. I'm just saying it's time to take an inventory on everything, not just material things, spiritual things. What's in your mind that need to be gotten rid of? What kind of thinking, what kind of words you're using in order for the abundance to show up? Do you have a lack mentality? I realized on the trip that as much as I talk about lack mentality, it was still some things that was giving me lack mentality to a degree. Yeah. Sometimes you think you know it and you really don't. You really don't see it unless someone points it out. And you got to be wise enough to hear it and not be offended when that person points it out to you. Yes, it may irritate you, And think about it. If something is irritating you, that means there's something there that needs to be addressed. Right? Like people, because you have some people that, they can talk about you, but it don't bother you. Why? Yeah, because it don't mean anything. But if it bothers you, that means there's something there that you need to check into. Why does that irritate you? Why is what they're saying irritating you? Is there some truth to it? Because usually when there's some truth to it, that's when it irritates you. This is why social media, well, if you're talking about the truth, they'll get rid of your video. I saw that firsthand. Someone was talking about posting something on a video that was all nothing but unadulterated facts and truth, and it was removed, banned immediately. We're living in an artificial world. What does artificial mean? It's not real. It's not truth. It's a simulation of the truth. So if you're putting real facts out there into the artificial world, it can't work within that system. It's going to reject it every time. It's going to spit it out. Don't be surprised. But let's get into this. Are you ready? Chapter 46. That's of Reverend Ike's book, Science of Living Study Guide. Behold, I send my messenger before your face, who shall prepare thy way before you. Matthews 11:10. A science of a living principle. Whatever you are ready for is ready for you. That's powerful. That one sentence is powerful. Whatever you are ready for is ready for you. It's waiting on you. Only reason why you don't have that huge bank account, only reason why you don't have the relationships you want, because you ain't ready. There's something you're saying and doing that's keeping you from it. It's that simple. It ain't because he didn't propose or she's not acting right. Because what happens is if you're ready for it, the person will show up in that space. Right? If I go deep into how I ended up in Sedona, because I was ready for it at that time. I was open for it. And how that's a story in itself. But when you're ready for something, it's not about having the money. Y'all think the money, I got to have the money to do something. No, it ain't even about that. It's about if you're ready, the money will show up. See, a lot of y'all not doing stuff because you just simply don't have the money. You think the money is the block. The money is not the block. The money is not the block. It's your consciousness that's the block. Because you will never receive anything or have anything or get any further than the ideas in your mind. So if the idea is I don't have the money, and this is why you can't go, then you don't go. But if you change the idea, say, oh, yeah, I'm going, and don't worry about the how always shows up when you just say, you make a decision. I am doing this. See, the world got you tricked out. Your mind is tricked into believing that you have to have all of this other stuff to get something that you simply want. If a multi-million-dollar business is what you want, and that's what you really want, that business should show up. Now, what happens is when the opportunities show up, oh, my credit ain't this. Oh, man, I don't have the money to do this. I learned from the first hand that if I just put my intentions on it, just simply say, this is for me, it will show up for me.
And if when I don't put all kind of restrictive thoughts on it, that well, I gotta make this, I gotta do this. No, don't restrict. See, we are unlimited, eternal beings. Although these flesh look like, they have this physical body has an expiration date. And even then, the expiration date we put on it is really thoughts of our own mind, saying that we get old at a certain age and then we die. Someone put that in our head to believe that. Where did that come from? Oh, because everybody else is dying at those ages because they believe that. Oh, what you can't get rid of facts. Yes, a fact is only a fact because you believe it. But if I choose to go against the mainstream and say, I ain't going nowhere until I'm ready, I promise you I won't go anywhere until I'm ready. I know that if you speak to your cells, your body, and it ain't even all about eating healthy neither. If you speak to the God within you and you tell, hey, I'm not getting old, you won't get old. Oh, I'm really off my rocker now saying something like that. Because why would you believe I'm crazy if I saying something like that? Only because someone else told you that you do get old and die. You do start to wrinkle up. If I say to myself, and I'm strong enough faith, because the Bible says, if you tell that mountain, if you have enough faith as a mustard seed, you can tell that mountain to pick up and walk over here. Isn't staying young like a mountain? I've been in the presence of someone who's in their 40s, look like they're 20. So that right there is proof enough for me that I can stop the aging process just by believing that I can stop the aging process. Isn't that what Christ was teaching when he was doing all these miracles? That you could do greater things? The problem, we only limited by our thoughts. We only limited by buying into things and believing things and saying that's true. Hang on. I'm addressing something my daughter texted me. All right, let's get into this. Listen, what y'all saying in the comments? He's nuts. He done went to Sedona, come back, talking all this. We can just stay young. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Manifest it in your thoughts. Yes, you can. So what else you have to do than to believe all of the good stuff about yourself? What else you want to do? You want to believe in the bad? Oh, yeah, I get old, I die, I get sick. You want to believe that? Go ahead. I choose to believe I ain't getting no older than this. I'm going to keep my looks and try to reverse it back. I never, something. I never climbed a mountain before. See, after doing something like that, oh, after doing something like that, and then I looked at all the steps, over 18,000 steps in one day. I never did anything like that. I never even wanted to climb a mountain. I was thinking, man, that's crazy. You climbing these things. What am I doing this for? And there was a point where I was at the last part, there was only just a few more steps to the actual pinnacle, the top of this mountain. I said, man, I made it far enough. I did good. I started to make excuses and to give myself, excuses why I don't have to go any further. And here comes this family of four, two, a husband and wife, and two daughters. And one of the daughters was 5 years old, climbing up to the very top. And I said, oh, hell no. So the little girl was motivation for me to finish. So I thank you, little girl, for giving me that extra step, because I definitely was not about to go up there. Now, I didn't just walk up and stand up and walk up there. I crawled up there, but I got up there. And when you get up, when you look over there, it is unnerving to be that high and then to look out. It's unnerving, but it's also exhilarating at the same time. To see the vastness and the beauty of the world. And it's great. But let's finish. I keep talking about this book. I still got 1046, and I'm definitely going into the gospel of the Holy 12. So let's do this. Some people say, Reverend Ike, I want this, or Reverend Ike, I want that, and they can't understand why they never get it. They don't understand that if you are not mentally ready to receive something, you will never receive it. That's what I'm saying. If you believe that you can't have it, you have some blocks, you're not getting it. If you want to experience the good you desire, it is not enough to just hope for it or wish for it. You must get ready to receive it. You must prepare yourself to receive it, because whatever you are ready for is ready for you. It's just waiting on you. Are you ready? Every time you think of the good that you want, ask yourself, am I ready to receive the good I want? Because when you are ready for it, it will happen. When you get yourself ready for the good you want, when you mentally prepare for that good desire, the presence and power of God in you will bring it about. I have developed certain techniques for mentally preparing myself for the good that I want. And if you use these techniques, you will find that the good you are ready for is ready for you. Don't ask how. That's the problem. Everybody, well, how? I tell people, hey, you can do it, but how? How? They stuck in this vortex of how. This loop, how? All how it's going to do is take you in a circle. And that's the one thing, the hardest thing to get through people's head. You don't need to know how. You just need to know that's what you want and say and prepare for it. You want a new car, right? You want a new car, but you got an old car in the garage that ain't doing nothing. Get rid of it. Clean out. Make room in the garage for it. Make room in the driveway for it. Prepare for it. Mentally, pictures yourself driving it around. You want a new home. Have you written the home down? What type of home you want? How many rooms? Drawing this out? Have you gone to even look for homes? I know how some of these real estate, especially in North Carolina. Oh, you got your what do they call it? Your acceptance letter, your letter, guaranteed funds letter. So they don't want to take you out unless you have all those things, because they feel like they're wasting your time. See, that's where a lot of real estate agents will lose my business, because I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna find. And then the one that is willing to work with me even without making sure I have all those things, that's the person I'm gonna do business with. Go. If you want a new home, you ready for a new home, go find a home and pick it out. And let the how figure itself out. It will figure itself out. Once you set that energy, you promise you will be in it. You know, when I first bought my home, I didn't know how. And one day a friend of mine took me around looking for houses, picked one. I was like, oh, I know. I didn't have I didn't even have the credit in place to even get that house. But guess what? I got it 30 days later. Yes, I got it 30 days. From the time I put my $500 earnest money down, 30 days later, I was in that house. And all my ducks wasn't in a row. My credit wasn't right. My down payment wasn't even right. My proof of income wasn't right. None of that was right. So I'm not telling you these things because I'm making it up. I lived it out. I didn't know what I was doing at the time, but I just knew that I did not want my children growing up where I had them living. And, you know, I was in Section 8 housing at the time. And I was sitting there one day trying to figure out how to hide the money I was making so I can keep paying cheap rent. And then something say, what the hell are you doing? You trying to keep yourself in a box. Isn't your family worth more than that? And in that moment, I made a decision. I didn't know how. I made a decision that I was going to find a home to put my family in. Then I called a friend of, hey man, I just casually called him. Hey, yo, Sean, can you take me to look at houses? He's like, yeah, man, let's go. And we looked at a few neighborhoods and we went to this neighborhood that, had just, it was a brand new neighborhood. They was building houses. Just one side of the street was built. The other side was just dirt. Found a home. Like I liked it. So I called. I was married at the time. Called her and said, hey, you want to come look at this house? She came, looked at it, liked it. And I was still unsure. Like I was like, man, I know I don't have everything right, but I just took $500, gave it to the woman, wrote her a check for $500. And none of this stuff was right. I already knew the credit wasn't right. I already knew the down payment wasn't ready. I already knew a whole bunch of stuff was not ready. But every step that God took me in, I just had faith and put it out there. 30 days. And then the lady looks at me and says, you'll get this house. She didn't know my situation, but she looked at me. The realtor said, John, you'll have this house. She knew better than I did. See, I could preach this and read what Reverend Ike is saying. Hey, I'm not even going to read the rest of this because the story I'm telling right now is proof of it. See, I forget about all of these, what we call miracles happening to us. It's not a miracle. It is what it is when you work within the God within you. Just know when you're ready. I was ready for a house at that time. I was really ready. See, everybody wants to tell you, go get your credit, go do this and do that. No. Let me shut all of that bullshit down. When when you're ready, it doesn't matter about your credit. It doesn't matter about the bank account. It doesn't matter about any of that. None of that matters because what will happen when you're really ready, everything will line up and just put it right there on a platter. That's one of the most perfect things that ever happened to me when it came to buying a house. Well, I could tell you, I didn't have any of the things that lined up that they said I needed to line up to buy this home. And here's the crazy part. I was trying to buy a home way back then, and the credit was fine then, and I couldn't get one. In this situation, credit on both outside was not good. Like her credit wasn't that great because she had missed a couple of payments on something and didn't, instead of just coming to me and asking, make it paid. And I wasn't an approachable person at that time, and I wasn't conscious as I am now. So she was afraid to come to me about that, and she kind of suffered it out and got it taken care of so she didn't have to hear the bullshit from me. So that created a problem. But it wasn't a problem for us getting a house. See, I could tell you. Let me tell y'all something about properties, cars. These people, Reverend Ike has said this. These people want you to have a house. The person that you're talking to wants you to buy the house. They have the highest energy, higher investment in you getting the home. So they're working in your favor. Now, of course, you meet some of these real estate agents that's lazy as hell. They ain't really working, and this is just some side gig for them. But when you're ready, they're gonna put you with the right real estate agent that's gonna get you in the house. And that's what happened before. I was with these lazy ass real estate agents that really wasn't. Oh, you don't have this, so they already was negative about it. This is what I'm teaching y'all something. When y'all go looking for your stuff, you want to deal with the person who doesn't care about your credit and all of that, and it's still gonna work with you. It's gonna be hard to find. It may be hard to find, but when you're ready, that person will just show up. That was a casual thing I did. I just said, I'm ready for a house, and I called him up, and we just showed up, $500 in, and 30 days later in the house. And that was just me just casually picking up a phone. I didn't even know if he was going to go with me that day, but he said yes. And to this day, my homeboy, he'll say to me, man, everything seems to work out for you. I said, everything can work out for you too. You just got to believe. That's the difference. You have doubt. I don't. You see? Everything works out for you, just like it said here. It said here, because whatever you are ready for is ready for you. Why is my camera's going blurry here? Let me do something. I can fix that. See, I'm giving y'all truth. We want to mess around. Stop messing around. All right. Technology messes around. I know how to fix that. Give me 1 second. All right. I had to put my other light on. Try not to have that one on, but I couldn't help it. But there it is. I'm gonna put Reverend Ike on the side. It's almost 11 o'clock. I know y'all want to go find your Easter eggs. I ain't trying to interrupt y'all ritual. All right, so the reason why it's fitting because it talks. This is the Gospel of the Holy 12. I want to go into this real quick, or whatever. How long it take? How long it take? It says we should strive now to receive the mysteries of light, lest if we put off the attempt from birth to birth, the door be shut before we have entered. Did you hear what it just said? It said, we should strive now to receive the mysteries of light, lest if we put off the attempt from birth to birth, that's reincarnation, the door be shut before we have entered. Now, on the evening of the Sabbath before the Passover, as Jesus was in Bethany, he went to a house of Simon the leper, and there they made him a supper. And Martha served while Lazarus was one of them that sat at the table with him. And there came Mary called Magdalene, having an alabaster box of ointment of spikenard, very precious. And she opened the box and poured the ointment on the head of Jesus and anointed his feet and wiped them with the hair of her head. Then saith one of the disciples, Judas Iscariot, Simon's son, which should betray him, why was not this ointment sold for 300 pence and given to the poor? Then he said, not that he cared for the poor, but because he was a thief and had the bag and bear what was put therein. And they murmured against her. Then said Jesus, let her alone. Why trouble ye her? She have wrought a good work on me. For you have the poor with you always, and whensoever you will, you may do them good. But me, you have not always. She have done what she could. She is come aforehand to anoint my body to the burying. This is something that you have the poor with you always. Yes, they're always around. There's always somebody who's in a lack mindset. And you always have an opportunity to help them if you choose, right? But he's saying, I'm not going to be here. This higher consciousness is not going to be here. So it should be treated like it's something priceless. And the connection I'm trying to make here, do you treat your mind, your consciousness, like it's priceless? Or you just allow anybody to tell you stuff? Or you just allow yourself to watch anything? Do you value? See, Mary, she saw the value in his teachings. And she gave something very expensive for it. See, I get people coming to me wanting help to keep their house or whatever, but don't well, I don't have a. They want a sob story, but yet they'll go and buy some expensive clothing. They'll spend it somewhere else where they value, which keeps them poor. The knowledge I teach you is how to get rid of these student loans. Why are y'all paying student loans for when there's a way to get rid of it without you paying? I've proven it over and over again. And yet I tell people improve it, they still take their time messing around with it. See, this is why I don't give away stuff free anymore. I'll give my time, extra time, but nothing is free. I'm not doing it. If you really value teachings, the teachings, she valued them. She knew what she had. And all of the men were saying, wait, what are you doing? You could have done this. Well, that was the thief was saying that. And then they started murmuring amongst themselves. Wait a minute. That showed they didn't value him. They thought he wasn't worth that oil. They said it was a worst. It was a waste. Help someone else that wasn't giving them good teachings. Help the poor who you can give. You already know you can give to the poor. It's like dropping money into an empty hole. You get nothing back. If you don't believe me, hang around with a broken person all the time. Go ahead and see how much money you keep in your pocket being around them. Trust me. They'll work you down to their position. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever the gospel shall be preached in the whole world, this also that she have done will be spoken of for a memorial of her. Then into Satan, into Judas Iscariot, being of the number of the 12, Satan meaning the adversary, Satan meaning the liar, the envy. And he went his way and communed with the chief priests and captains how he might betray Jesus unto them. And they were glad. See, he got jealous at that point. So I don't this nigga, what do you think he get the oil put on him? Oh, I gotta do something about this. Let me share this too. A lot of y'all have people in your camp that don't like you. They pretend to like you, but they don't like you because of the light you shine in. And I'm not saying this for you to get a big head. I'm saying this because that is what's holding you back. You got people in your circle that is negatively thinking against the way you're moving. And if you feel like you're not getting further, you got to check your surroundings. Fast for them for 30 days and see how your life turns out. Once you try that, fast. Says, you know what? Hey, I'm going to cut. I'm not going to make any phone calls. I'm not going to do none of this. I'm just going to go into a people fasting mode for 30 days and see how my energy change. And if your energy gets better, then you know what the damn problem is. And some of y'all don't even have to fast for 30 days. Y'all already know. But you're too afraid to let it go. I known them for this. I known them for that. I did this. Fast. Trust me. I wasn't meaning to go there, but I went there, right? Then enter Satan into Judas Iscariot, being of the number of the 12, and he went his way, communed with the chief priests and captains on how he might betray Jesus unto them. He wanted to betray the Christ mind. And they were glad and covenanted with him. They made a contract. They made a trust for 30 pieces of silver, the price of a slave. And he promised them after that sort of opportunity to betray him. These priests were so low in consciousness that they took 30 pieces of silver. This is what they would pay for a slave. This is what they thought of the information. And this is why I'm telling you, I'm glad I was told or reminded of, I want to tell. If I know, I know. Because this is a perfect example that all of the good he was doing, the good teachings, and he could see how it was uplifting the people that he was teaching, that these people only thought he was worth 30 pieces of silver. And the only reason why it wasn't worth anything to him because they were such in a low vibration All they wanted to do was get rid of him so that they can continue to be the thieves and the vipers that they were. And this is, I see it all the time. And at that time, Jesus said to his disciples, preach ye unto all the world, saying, strive to receive the mysteries of light. This is the book. See, this is one of the things they took out of the Bible. And to enter the kingdom of light, for now is the accepted time, and now is the day of salvation. But ye not off from day to day, and from cycle to cycle, and eon to eon, in the belief that ye return to this world, ye will succeed in gaining the mysteries and enter into the kingdom of light. Y'all want me to read this again? This is a Gnostic teaching. This is what happened when they had those, when they were burning people, burning Bibles and stuff. They weren't burning these 66 book Bibles. They were burning the Bibles that had these scriptures in it. Because this is saying, but ye not off from day to day, from cycle to cycle, from aeon to aeon, in the belief that when ye return to this world, excuse me, you will succeed in gaining the mysteries and enter into the kingdom of light. Hang on a second. I wasn't going to do this, but I'm about to do it now. Hang on. I hope y'all are able to stay a little bit longer. Y'all can hold off your Easter egg hunt because Santa Ana's coming out. She coming out. She coming out. All right. Let's close that up. I had to spit a little bit out into the ether. Woo. Okay. Let's read that again. But ye not off from day to day, from cycle to cycle, and eon to eon, in the belief that when ye return to the world, you will succeed in gaining the mysteries and into the kingdom of light. For ye know that when the number of perfected souls shall be lifted up, filled up, and then will the gates of the kingdom of light be shut. And from that time, none will be able to come in thereby, nor will any go forth. They're saying the number of perfected souls. You are here to perfect your soul. This is what this is about, this coming and going, this returning, clearing out, perfecting as you go along, being able to be cussed out, someone attacking you, and you not let it move you this way or that way. You stay right here and not judge them for what they're doing. Now, I'm not saying let somebody hurt you, kill you. You got to defend yourself. That's part of balance too. The light. What is this light you're looking for? What is this light? Yo, the light you're looking for is simply what they describe here as light is what we know here as darkness. Remember I said what's up is down, down is up, right is left, and left is right. It's all backwards. The truth is always in what we have defined now in this age as darkness. They reversed every damn thing. Light is darknesses. To know the light is darkness. That's what it means. How can it not be? You came in here through your mom's womb in that divine fluid. Where was the light? What we call light, like right now. Darkness is light, and light is darkness. If you can conceptualize, some of y'all heard what I said. Think about it. When did you get your most profound epiphanies about anything? Close your eyes, and it came to you. The middle of the night, 3, 4 a.m. in the morning, it came to you. The truth came to you. You got the truth. All of y'all got a truth last night. But the issue is, damn, I gotta take another swig. The issue is you doubted it. You allowed your carnal mind, your egoic mind, to just say, that's you just woke up from a dream. Every time you close your eyes and you're dreaming, what you call a dream is another cycle. You're a multi-dimensional being, meaning that you exist on different dimensions at different times. When you can see things in your mind, you're existing there. When you go to sleep and you have these dreams, you're existing there. But we live in a world where the weight of this, the energy frequencies that we're exposed to keeps you from having a direct connections of those realities. It's a block. So it's like almost like a signal inhibitor. But some of us who get closer to the higher consciousness, we could see it more and more. I don't see it all the way, but I could see it. And guess what? The children see it. That's why Jesus said, if you could be like these little children, then you can enter the kingdom of heaven. Let's say it like this. If you can be like these little children, then you can see the dimensions of the many heavens that you can participate in. But the kid comes and say, hey, I saw this. I believe, oh, you're just fantasizing. No, it's a reality. It's true. Strive ye that ye may enter in while the call is made, before the number of perfected souls shall be sealed and complete, and the door be shut. Next chapter. And this is a good one because all of these, we have this man and woman war going on where we think we're separate and one and different. We all come from the same. We're one and the same, just at different spectrum. More masculine, more feminine. But we're one. In the hidden deity, the onely, are 4 trinities. Every perfected human being is both man and woman. A biune trinity, even as God is the Father, Mother, Jesus and his church, the elect of humanity, are one. The church of the firstborn is mother, bride and daughter of the eternal, who is her son, spouse, and father. In every child of man will be accomplished the mystery of God. The kingdom comes to each when the without is as the within, and the male with the female, 2 in 1. You see that? So all is one. See, they want to see the so-called leaders of information want to separate everything. It's all one. And Jesus taught them, saying, God hath raised up witnesses to the truth in every nation and every age, that all might know the will of the eternal and do it. And after that, enter into the kingdom to be rulers and workers with the eternal. God is power, love, and wisdom. And these 3 are one. God is truth, goodness, and beauty. And these 3 are one. Before I go on to that, we have this thing where we have gods and goddess. No, it's only God. And God is neither male or female. It could be male or female. God. This actually, when you say goddess and you add these other things onto it, you create separation. A woman is God, just like a man is God, but different aspects of God. Oh, God, oh, goddess. Again, God is power, love, and wisdom. These three are one. God is truth, goodness, and beauty. And these three are one. God is justice, knowledge, and purity. And these three are one. God is splendor, compassion, and holiness. And these three are one. And these four trinities are one in the hidden deity, the perfect, the infinite, the onely. Likewise, in every man who is perfected, there are three persons that are of the Son, that of the spouse, and that of the Father. And these three are one. So in every woman who is perfected, there are three persons, that of the daughter, that of the bride, and that of the mother. And these three are one. And the man and the woman are one, even as God is one. Thus it is with God the Father, Mother, in whom is neither male nor female, and in whom are both. And each is threshold, and all are one in hidden unity. Marvel not at this, for as it is above. This is supposed to be Christ talking here. Marvel not at this, for as it is above, so it is below, and as it is below, so it is above, and that which is on earth is so, because it is so in heaven. Again, I say unto you, I and my bride are one, even as Maria Magdalena, whom I have chosen and sanctified unto myself as a type, is one with me. Oh, y'all didn't know Christ had him a woman, huh? He's saying it. And my church are one, and the church is the elect of humanity for the salvation of all. The church of the firstborn is the Maria of God. Thus saith the Eternal, she is my mother, and she hath ever conceived me, and brought me forth as her son in every age and clime. Clime, CLIME. She is my bride, ever one in holy union with me, her spouse. She is my daughter, for she hath ever issued and proceeded from me, her father rejoicing in me. For these two trinities are one in the eternal, and are sown forth in each man and woman who are made perfect, ever being born of God and rejoicing in light, ever being lifted up and made one with God, ever conceiving with bringing forth God for the salvation of the many. Do y'all see anything that say God is in here? No. This is the mystery of the Trinity in humanity. And moreover, in every individual child of man must be accomplished the mystery of God, ever witnessing to the light, suffering for the truth, ascending into heaven, and ascending forth the spirit of truth. And this is the path of salvation, for the kingdom of God is within. God is within you. And one said unto him, Master, when shall the kingdom come? And he answered and said, when that which is without shall be as that which is within, and that which is within shall be as that which is without. And the male with the female, neither male nor female, but the two in one. Whoso hath ears to hear, let him hear. So this basically sums up that once man and woman know that they're one, the kingdom of heaven has arrived. All things are one. There is no other. See, as soon as you believe, like Reverend Ike said, there's another, you have just fell and lost Christ consciousness. All are one. Man, woman, child, one. All manifestations of the same God. The one God. The one God within you. See, it's our looking at each other and saying, you're over there, I'm over here. You're different, I'm different, which creates the separation. So, give me a second. Give me 1 second. That's just the tip of the iceberg, y'all. Just the tip. All right, it's 11:21. I'm gonna let y'all get back to your Easter egg hunt and taking the kids out. Maybe y'all going out to dinner, enjoy yourself. I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Because on Tuesday we might be talking about the meaning of displaced persons. The meaning of displaced persons. Nationality is going to a whole new level, y'all. Whole new. I love it. And know what else I love? All the people who wish and hope that they can catch up. They can't. They will never, ever, ever. Just like I was looking at that from that mountain. That represents how far ahead I am with this information. And I really appreciate all of you that trust and believe in me. And because you trust and believe in me, you're going to be rewarded greatly by the information I'm about to break down for y'all. Keyword, displaced person. All right, with that being said, y'all have a great rest of your Sunday. Enjoy your Easter, enjoy your families, and be ready to get filled with knowledge on Tuesday. Peace. Yeah, please like and subscribe. Thank you, in La Vida. Let me give a shout out to everybody that's here who took the time out this Sunday to hear this. Seth said spoiled blind. Albert Bay said copper colored people. And yes, copper colored. Greetings, Akeem. Peace to all, son of the one true king. Peace back to you and the family in La Vida. Peace back to you and family number 2. And my God, big OG, big BK. Blessings to everyone. Road Warrior. Peace to you also, Road Warrior. The Sacred Insight channels. Greetings. Is that a channel? Sacred Insight? Send us your link so I can go check it out. Lucan Apple. Peace to the gods and much light to all. And let me just say yes. I guess they were talking about my sound. Indie Circus said, "Peace, my brother." Hey, peace. I got your stuff. I had to. I used it for the first time yesterday, because I was out of town when it came. But I got it. Much appreciation to you, brother. It's a good product, actually. You might want to monetize that. Yeah. I use Palo Santo, Holywood to clear unwanted energy, and it works. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Keep your mic is somewhat low. The shorts are louder and with the good sound. It says my mic is low. Oh. Somebody said, never mind, it was good. Okay, same person. Greetings, Hakeem, Pete, DJB Thunder. Peace to you, brother. Peace, love, prosperity, and extreme wealth to everyone. DJ OJ said, peace almighty. Roz Blackwood says, wealth and health to all. And peace, like, and subscribe. Thanks for that. All right, with that being said, you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I will be seeing you on Tuesday. And, that's Truzilla. Oh, okay. Okay, good. That's my brother, actually. Actually, I got good news. Me and my brother talked while I was in Sedona. We're going to be working together. I got to get with him, and we're going to start making some content together. All right? All right. Peace, prosperity, and extreme wealth to everyone. I'm trying to give y'all something to go, I can go out on. Let's do that one. Sometimes we want things to happen and we keep worrying, is it gonna happen? It's gonna happen. Do you know you're holding it back just by seeing in your mind that it's not there yet? So you're gonna get more not there yet, meaning you must already be living the experience or feeling the experience of which you desire. You must have that. That must be already in you, ready. So when it does show up in the physical, you're just making a connection to what you already manifested in your thoughts. You see, the physical is lagged out, meaning it's got lag. Everything that you're experiencing, what you're doing right now, it comes from the ideas of your mind, and you're experiencing those thoughts. You send forth these desires, these thoughts.